Hulu has been living in a dichotomic state for a while now. The majority of Hulu is owned by Disney. We all have known that. But what some people didn't know is that Comcast, NBC Universal, has still been a 1/3 owner of Hulu. Now, a number of months ago, we talked about the fact that the deal between Disney and Hulu was at some point a sale was going to be able to be forced. Either Disney was going to be forced to sell their 2/3 share to Comcast, or Comcast had the option to force Disney to buy them out of their 1/3 share. And it's now done. Comcast called the call put option, and Disney is going to acquire 100% of Hulu, and they're going to be fully in charge of Hulu. But how much is it going to cost them? Well, Disney put out a statement the other day saying they expect it to cost them $8.6 billion. But it's not. It's going to be more than that. This comes from the folks at Variety who wrote the following. Hulu's equity fair value is being assessed as of September 30th, 2023. By bankers enlisted by each side, Disney side and Comcast side, in accordance with the parties' agreed appraisal process. Comcast has tapped Morgan Stanley and Disney hired JP Morgan Chase per NBC report. If the numbers calculated, now this is important. I know this is number mumbo jumbo, but follow me along here. This is important. If the numbers calculated by Disney and Comcast bankers are not within 10% of each other, the two banking firms will pick a third firm to make another estimate, and Hulu's final valuation will be the average of the two figures that are closest to each other. What that means is this. Disney right now is saying, we believe 1/3 of Hulu should be valued at $8.6 billion. Or as Variety said, that puts an entire valuation on Hulu of $27.5 billion. That's what they think Hulu is worth. So if they determine that Hulu is worth $27.5 billion, then they, for 1/3 of it, they got to give $8.61 billion over to the folks at Comcast Universal. But Comcast is saying, no, we think Hulu is worth more than that. We think if we put Hulu up for auction, we think liners would be buying up to bid on this thing. And the value could go well north of $30 billion. Which means instead of spending 8-point-something billion, Disney's going to have to cough up 10 billion or 11 billion or more. So the system that they figured out, it's a little complex, but it's actually, I got to say, I think it's a pretty good system they've come up with. The system they've come up with to settle this dispute is that Disney has hired a financial firm. I can't remember which one it was, Morgan Stanley. Morgan Stanley is now going to come in. They're going to do an assessment and set what they think the value of Hulu is. Okay. Then Comcast has got JP Morgan. Sorry, it's the other way around. So Disney has JP Morgan, Comcast has Morgan Stanley. Comcast's bankers are going to come in and they're going to say, we've evaluated the value and we think it's this. Now, if those values are within 10% of each other, so let's say one thinks it's worth 29 billion, one thinks it's worth 29.5 billion. Okay, they're within 10%. What they'll do is they'll just meet in the middle and that will be the final price. However, if Disney's bankers and Comcast bankers are more than 10% apart, then those two banks will go out and get a third bank. They will do their own estimate. And then if their estimate is closer to one or the other, they'll take the difference of those two. It's actually a pretty fair system. The bottom line, though, here is this. Disney's saying they're going to spend $8.6 billion. It is not going to be $8.6 billion. It may not be a ton more, but it's going to be more. Still, at the end of the day, Disney is now going to be in full control of Hulu, which means I believe that sometime in 2024, maybe mid or late 2024, and this is just me guessing, no one's telling me this, I think you're going to see Disney Plus do what they've done in other international markets, which is to take other third-party properties and just absorb them in. I think we are going to come to a place where Hulu is just going to be absorbed into Disney Plus. Mm-hmm. And it's going to be like a separate section in it. How they'll arrange it, I'm not sure, but now the gateways are open for them to do that. Guys, we want to take a second to thank a sponsor of today's video, Mint Mobile. Signing your life away to a big wireless provider is kind of like being trapped on a roller coaster from hell. Sure, it looks like fun at first. They probably even threw in a free phone, but now you can't get off. Month after month of insane bills and unexpected thrills, like overages and surprise fees. If that sounds like your current big wireless plan, it's time to get off the ride with Mint Mobile. For a limited time, wireless plans from Mint Mobile are just $15 a month. That's unlimited talk, text, and data for just $15 a month. You guys know before I came to Mint Mobile, I was paying triple what I am paying now on the standard big wireless plan, and I will never go back. All plans come with unlimited talk, text, and high-speed data delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. Use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and bring your phone number along with all your existing contacts. To get your new unlimited wireless plan for just $15 a month and get the plan shipped right to your door for free, go to mintmobile.com/Campea. That's mintmobile.com/Campea. Cut your wireless bill to just $15 a month at mintmobile.com/Campea. Anyway, Chris, that you see this. What do you think about Disney getting full control of Hulu? Is this going to be good for them, bad for them? You know they didn't want to spend $8 billion. They're probably going to have to spend more.
Sure don't want to spend 30.
Yeah. What do you think about this?
I love that the Comcast CEO, Brian Roberts, too, we believe that the synergies that Hulu has to offer is closer to the $30 billion mark.
Yeah.
And we look forward to seeing the fair market value of what Hulu is actually worth. I love that they're already just laying out that blueprint of, oh, it's going to cost you so much more, Bobby. It's going to be more expensive.
Which, by the way, Disney, don't make no mistake, whatever you heard, Disney is still a very, very rich company.
Oh, 100%.
But they've been tightening the belts lately. They don't just have $9 billion.
No.
That's just, we were just going to use that to go to Cancun. Like, I mean, this is a lot of money even for Disney.
Yeah. Well, we have those massive layoffs, which we're still going to see roll out throughout the entire year, too, especially in light of the strikes not being fully wound up. But I do think that this is a great thing for Disney. Hulu is just basically going to become the Galactus of all channels, just going to devour everybody and make them their own, you know? So it's really great for them. I just am interested to see what this final price is, to see how Disney truly feels about this acquirement.
Yeah, I'm just going out on a limb here. I think it's going to be closer to $11 billion.
Probably.
I really do. I think once the banks come in and they start doing their valuations, I think the number's going to get a little. And guess what? There's nothing Disney can do about it. They have to buy it at whatever the assessment comes in at. That's in their contract. So, yeah. Maybe they'll purposely try to tank Hulu over the next few weeks to lower the value. I don't know. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.